5 Amazon items that can reverse your aging. All right, so in this video, I'm gonna break down 5 Amazon gadgets, things you can buy on their storefront that can actually reverse aging and improve longevity. Number 5, by the way, is my favorite gadget that I actually use every single day. We're gonna start with number 1, which is a grounding pad. Probably heard of people grounding where they go out onto grass or dirt with their bare feet and they just stand there, or they walk around on the beach, on the sand, really connecting their feet to the ground, to the earth. That's called grounding, or sometimes called earthing, and biohackers and health gurus love it. That's because we've actually found that there's energy that we can absorb through the earth directly through our skin. We can actually absorb some of the electrons that can have positive health effects on our body. Electrons actually act as powerful antioxidants in our body that can help to neutralize free radicals. Free radicals are unstable atoms in the body that can cause damage, that can cause illnesses and aging. This grounding can actually wipe out inflammation. It can reduce stiffness and pain in the body as well, and much more. Inflammation is the cause of pretty much all disease. That is chronic inflammation, long-term inflammation. So if we just go over here to Amazon, I got my laptop pulled up here, but essentially I just typed in grounding mat and I found this solid one for only $30, which is amazing. What you can do is, you can just stand on this basically barefoot. You can sleep on it with your feet touching it. You can plug it in, and then it's going to actually pump the electricity or the electrons, sort of the charge inside of the mat that's going to be very similar to what you would get by connecting your skin to the earth. So if you go and you look at grounding mats, they've got all different kinds. They've actually got little things you can stand on. They've got things that look like yoga mats, as well as they also have like full-on sheets. There are certain companies that make bed sheets where you can be grounding the entire time you're asleep. Hit the subscribe button so you can learn more about how to reverse your biological age. Next up, we've got red light therapy devices. Red light therapy uses a device that shines a specific color of red onto our bodies. The red lights can actually penetrate through our skin and reach all the way to our cells. When this happens, it can actually help our cells work better and heal faster. Red light therapy is good for us. It can actually help us to reduce pain, it can help our skin look better, and it can even help us feel more energized. It's even been talked about anecdotally to be able to increase testosterone levels in men, specifically if you shine the red light directly on your testes. So if we toggle over to Amazon here, over on the computer, if you just type in red light therapy device, you can actually find a bunch of great options that aren't too expensive. Obviously, there's some ones here for $150. That looks like a pretty nice one. Some cheaper ones that look like bestsellers for around $50. They've even got ones where you kind of, hold a handheld device and you can, just put that specifically on the spot. Or it looks like they've got this pad with a strap that you can put on your leg, on your back, on your stomach, wherever it is that you're having pain or wherever you want to reduce inflammation. So lots of good options here for, all different sorts of prices. Next up, we've got saunas for number 3. So saunas obviously get extremely hot. So the whole point of that is putting your body into this intentional heat immersion where you're going to sweat, your body's going to heat up, your heart's going to start to beat faster. When we sweat, this helps our bodies to get rid of the things that we don't need, like toxins. Then when our heart rate increases, this is going to increase our blood flow and overall is really good for our circulation. Going into the sauna can actually help your body release what we call heat shock proteins, which is a special type of protein that can help protect your cells. Think of this as bodyguards for the cells, where it helps them stay healthy and strong during times of stress. If you're somebody that loves the power of the sauna, go ahead and hit the like button so I know which one of you guys are out there using the sauna. Here we can see there's actually some options. You might think to yourself, well, hey, isn't a sauna just in a gym or a health spa or an optimization salon or something like that? Well, no, they actually have some options if you look on Amazon. So they have sort of these steam saunas, these pop-up tents that have basically kind of like this aluminum coating on the inside to help keep the heat inside, help keep it insulated. And then they have this little pump that actually goes ahead and, it's a 4-liter steamer that's gonna pump hot steam in there. So that is an option. They also have some other options, like if you are someone that lives at a house where you have maybe some space in the backyard, or maybe you have a balcony or something like that, you can use this, as well as there's some other, these are around $100, $200. There's also some other options you can get on Amazon, which you can probably put the pieces together yourself. Like there's a low EMF 6 heating panel infrared therapy wood dry heat sauna for about $2,200. So obviously a little bit more on the spendier side. And then there's a 1 to 2 person hemlock wood sauna here for just under $2,000. So there's some options just depending on, your budget, depending on what you're looking for, depending on how much space that you have. Okay, moving on to number 4, we have the cold plunge. So the cold plunge is awesome, whether this be, ice baths, Cold showers, jumping in the ocean, a dedicated cold plunge machine, or like cryotherapy, they're all essentially the same with the same benefits. Well, they're different rather, but they have the same benefits, which is that it's intentional cold immersion. This is really good at helping our bodies reduce inflammation, which is really just when our body gets all puffy and sore, kind of like putting out a fire inside of our bodies. It's really good as well for helping our muscles to recover very quickly. So after long workouts, heavy exercise, weight training, our muscles tend to be sore and achy, and cold water immersion can help to mitigate those side effects tremendously. Another thing the cold plunge does is it really shocks the body. So it can provide this surge of energy and this feeling of alertness, as well as it can send some endorphins into our brain that make us feel good, alert, and also improve our mood. So we check out over here on Amazon. What we're looking at is they really have sort of these pop-ups. I think these are portable, around 100 to 200 bucks. You can fill these up with water. It looks like a couple of these might actually have a cord, which you can plug into a hose, and then you would obviously go ahead and pour ice in there, and then you can do your ice bath there. These look like they're pretty small. Some of these are even as low as like 44 bucks. And you could definitely fit this on a balcony at an apartment, or if you have a little bit of space wherever you live, at a house, at a townhouse, whatever it is. So you got some options there that you can actually purchase these on Amazon. All right, and last but certainly not least, we've got blue light blocking glasses. These are going to be those glasses that you may have seen with the dark orange or the dark red tint that help to block the blue light that we get from LED screens like laptops, phones, TVs, even some of the bright lights you get from like overhead fluorescent lights inside. We're exposed to these all the time in the modern day, but what's interesting is as humans, the way we evolved, we didn't have any forms of these, artificial lights for a really long time. The only sort of light that we saw was coming directly from the sun during the daytime. We actually evolved to absorb certain wavelengths of light from the sun at different points throughout the day. This is what helps to regulate our circadian rhythm, or in other words, our internal clock, which kind of helps to regulate our internal sleep-wake cycle so that our bodies know in the morning when it observes certain wavelengths to kind of wake up and feel prepared for the day. And then at night, we absorb certain wavelengths maybe from the sun setting or the lack of the light altogether that tells our body to start shutting down, winding down, getting ready for sleep. Absorbing blue light in the evening time is bad because what happens is our eyes absorb that light and then it tells a signal to our brain to block the production of melatonin. And then melatonin is our brain's sleepy chemical that helps us to feel tired and also helps us to stay asleep throughout the night. So blue light isn't inherently bad, it's just not what we want to be absorbing through the eyes at nighttime. That's why these blue light blocking glasses are amazing. They block that and it helps you to feel really tired at night when it's time to go to bed. These are great because you can put these on 2 to 3 hours prior to going to bed. They help you feel sleepy. They're blocking that blue light. They also help for you to have higher quality sleep throughout the night. I personally go to sleep every night at 10 p.m. So I have my blue light blocking glasses on no later than 8 p.m. Would you ever wear these goofy looking things? Drop a comment whether you would or would not wear these blue light blocking glasses. To Amazon here, and we've got tons of great options here, okay? On the blue light blocking glasses front, you can just type in blue light blocking glasses red tint because they do sell some that are supposedly blue light blocking, but they're just clear. I wouldn't recommend those. You wanna go for the ones that at least have a very orange tint. I actually like to go for the ones that are like a deep dark red. I just feel like those block the most amount of light possible. And that's what we're going for. So we've got, several different types of styles here. You can get some that are a little bit, cooler looking. And then you have some over here that look, a little bit like goofier, a little bit more like industrial almost. But what's cool about like these ones is they actually have a little thing on the side, which is an additional little panel to block more of the light, because actually I have some that look a little bit more like these ones here. And the problem is I can still see some bright lights from maybe my overhead light or a lamp or something that gets in through the side. So it's nice to have some that kind of wrap around the side to make sure that we're blocking out all those sorts of lights. So anyways, there's great options here, anywhere from like 15 bucks upwards to, maybe 60, 70 bucks at the most expensive, but tons of great options here. So that's it. Those are the 5 Amazon devices that you can buy to help reverse your biological age.